Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Leslie, aka Coach Leslie. For those of you who are here for the first time, please be sure to click the subscribe button. So today what I wanted to talk about was idolizing relationships and how to fast from it and to stop doing it. This was a requested video when I went live a little while back, and I really felt like this was a good topic to do. I'm not gonna lie that at first I wasn't sure if I should do a video so soon, only because I recently started a fast in terms of, I guess, relationships. I wasn't even calling it a fast. I've just chosen to not date at the moment. But I was like, you know what? I guess you could call it a fast. And I also want to talk about like not idolizing relationships. The reason I want to talk about this, besides it being a requested video, is because I've idolized relationships. I think as a Christian woman, people make it seem like, okay, you need to be married and you need to be married by a certain time, certain age, and have children. I am 31 years old, and there's always that pressure, like you're still not married, all of this, blah, blah, blah. But, and this is why I just feel like God is so good. You know, you should never try to awaken love before it's time, like it says in the Bible. And I've tried to do that so many times, because not just because of what the world says, but because I genuinely do desire a loving, godly relationship. Now, the place that I'm in took a lot of heartbreak. It took a lot of breaking and crushing for me to get here, which I hate that it took that, but I'm glad that I'm in the space that I'm in. So I'm no longer idolizing relationships, because the truth of the matter is a lot of people who are married in relationships are not happy. And when we try to awaken love before it's time, before God is ready, before we're ready, like we're not healed and all these things, we just bring those same issues. We're going to bring those same issues into a marriage. And we also choose wrong, because I feel like when you are so desperate for a relationship and you idolize a relationship, you get blinded. You're moving from a place of desperation. And when you move from a place of desperation, you will choose wrong. I'm telling you this because I have chosen wrong multiple times just because I wanted love. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, like, being single is not this end of the world terrible thing. I think it's actually a great time to be by yourself, especially if you are childless. Like, and this is not saying anything towards anyone that has a child. I'm saying that if you don't have a child and you don't have a relationship, this is a perfect time. This is a perfect season for you to self-reflect, to take care of yourself, to, you know, work on your relationship with God, to heal past traumas, to forgive anybody you haven't forgiven, to fix that loneliness problem in your heart, to fix your heart posture, like, so that you don't bring those same issues into your marriage. And it's also a time to travel. It's a time to start your business. It's a time to really do all the things that you wouldn't be able to do while being married and having children. I'm not going to say you wouldn't be able to do. I just think you wouldn't have as much time, because you're catering to your children and your husband, you know, which is also a great season, right? That could be a great time when it is time. So it's all about embracing where you are. And I couldn't do that. And by not doing that, it caused me a lot of heartbreak. It caused me to sin, you know? It caused me to be blinded by my flesh. Like, it just caused a lot of turmoil. It caused me to have no peace in my spirit, because I knew deep down inside what I really wanted in a partner. And I knew that who I was dating at the time wasn't giving me that. But I wanted them to so badly, you know? But instead of trying to give myself those things, I was seeking it in another person. And then also, I was settling. And so that is another reason why you shouldn't idolize relationships. Now I want to talk about how to fast from them. So for me, for a while I have done online dating. I have met people naturally too, but I used to do a lot of online dating, and that's something that I've chosen to not do. Like I said, I'm currently not in a state of dating at all. I'm not talking to anyone. I used to always be talking to someone, like always. There's never like a real time that I'll be by myself, maybe like a few months, but not like a consistent amount of time. And that's where I'm at now, where I just really want to be healed internally, and I just want it to be me and God right now. Like, and so I'm not saying this will be easy if this is something that you crave and this is something you do. And I'm coming from experience. Like, this is someone who would always jump to like online stuff. Like, you can meet people on Instagram, you can meet people on dating sites, like all this stuff, because I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting older, right? And then I'm just like, you know what? Like, even in those moments where I will feel lonely, even now, like, I'm going to be completely transparent, I just let that pass. That is my advice, is to fight through that, because God is going to, I think your blessing is on the other side of your obedience. And I have struggled with self-discipline literally my whole life, and I'm going to do a video on that. And I think that's the reason why there are some things, I think that's a part of the reason why I may have had to repeat a lot of lessons, is because I wasn't disciplined. And so for the first time in my life, I am working on discipline in multiple areas of my life. What I'm putting into my body, how I'm taking care of myself, I'm really trying to work on that. I'm going to therapy. So because I'm in this state of discipline, it means that there are times where I might feel lonely or might feel down or something and be like, oh my God, we're in quarantine, oh, I should talk to someone. And instead of reaching out to someone, and instead of like wasting my time and putting myself in a bad situation by reaching out to somebody I shouldn't be, I let it pass. I let it pass. I think about what God has for me, what He wants to do in my life, and I decide to also trust God, that God will put the right person in my life at the right time when He is ready and when I am ready. And right now, I don't feel like I'm fully ready. I feel like I'm in a place where I just want it to be me and God. Just me and God. And so to fast from relationships, I would say stay off online dating sites. Anybody that tries to come through on your Instagram, because you know people slide through on your DMs, block. Don't respond, sis. Don't respond. You know, and I don't want you to be like, well, that could be my husband. You're right. But are you? You got to ask yourself, are you ready? Are you in a place spiritually and mentally with God where you feel like you are ready for that? If you know you need to do the work, and you know that person that's writing you, half the time it ain't the person. I'm not saying that God can't send that person through Instagram. I'm not saying that, but let's really assess this. We in a quarantine too. The lonelies, the dusties be coming out in these types of times, okay? So just really use your wisdom. That's another thing. I'm using my wisdom. So I may want to talk to someone. I may miss that person dearly, but I'm like, it's not wise for me to talk to that person right now, because I have to guard my heart, something that I was not doing before. I was talking about it and I thought I was doing it, but I wasn't doing it. Guarding your heart is really making sacrifices. It is also choosing to walk in a different direction that is towards God. It's choosing to deny yourself. Like, how many times do you deny yourself of the things that you want? Me submitting to my flesh has caused me so much pain and heartache that now I have chosen to turn away from my flesh. I am trying to walk more in the Spirit. And so I've been focusing on the fruits of the Spirit, and one of those is self-discipline, self-control. And in order for you to fast from relationships, you're going to, one, need to get into your word, talk to God about it, ask Him to give you that level of discipline. I don't want you to have to be hurt and broken and go through a million lessons just to get to this place. So I'm hoping that you watch this video and you take what I'm saying, because there are repercussions for sin. There is pain, and then there's a lot of healing that has to occur from relationships that come before you are ready. Like, for you to be found by your Boaz, you have to be in the field. That means you have to be in your purpose. A lot of the questions I get from people are from women who are so young they don't even know what they want to do with their lives yet. Like, they haven't even figured this out, but they're worried about who their Boaz is. And I'm telling you, shift your focus, sis. Shift your focus back on you, taking care of yourself, healing yourself, getting more, getting to a place where you're consistent, learning how to cook, to take better care of yourself, to decorate your own place, or to get your own place, to finish school. Like, focus on yourself and healing any past traumas and getting close to God. Because if you want a kingdom man, you're going to have to be in the kingdom. And to be in the kingdom, you have to be in the field. And to be in the field, you have to allow God to put you in the field. You have to focus on what it is that he wants you to do with your life, which means you have to figure that out. And to figure that out, you have to be in connection with him. You have to pray. You have to really trust him. And you need to take care of yourself. There is so much danger in idolizing relationships. I know this. I have testimony. Unfortunately, after testimony about how idolizing relationships causes pain. But I will say, for me, I'm so grateful for the grace and the mercy that God has had in my life. And for this chance now to get to this place of consistency with God. It's not easy. Some days I struggle. But I'm not going to stop. Because discipline takes sacrifice, and it takes getting back up over and over until you get it right. So yeah, those are my tips on how to fast from relationships and to not idolize them. I really hope this video helps you, because I want more for you, and I don't want you to stay in a place where you're idolizing something instead of embracing something that you're in. It's all about perspective. If we're so focused on what other people are doing and what they have, we don't appreciate what we have. We're like, well, they have the relationship, they have the baby, they have the nice family, and you don't focus on the fact that you have your own place, that you have your career, that you have time to heal, that you have time to pour into yourself, you have time to just spend with you and God with no other distractions. We have to change our perspective and change our mind in order to get to a place of better discipline, so that we can get to our blessing, which is right behind obedience. So I hope you guys like this video. Please be sure to connect with me on social media at Self Love Empowers. And thank you guys for watching. Bye guys.